Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. This time I wanted to talk about my least favorite games that I've played so far. So we're going to go over 10 games that I just didn't really like that much. I'm not saying these are bad games, I'm just saying I did not enjoy them when I was playing them. Some of them are actually really good, I just, for whatever reason, didn't enjoy it. The first one is Blockout. This was a puzzle game that was published by EA, and it's just not that great. It made me want to play other puzzle games that are just kind of better and just a little bit more fun. You're not really doing too much. It kind of plays like something like a 3D Tetris, and yeah, there wasn't much to it, and I didn't like it as much. I kind of wish that I had just played Tetris instead of playing this game. Okay, so Thriller Safari, this is one by LJN, and I will say this, it's better than the first TNC Surf design. The problem is it's just not very good. It's a very competently made game. It can be fun at times, but yeah, it was just one of those games that I did not enjoy while I was playing it. Maybe it's because I played Green Dog at the same time and I was comparing the two. I just didn't like this one, and I honestly preferred Green Dog to it. The one-hit deaths do not help, and yeah, just overall, it's not a very good game. Okay, so uh, this is one of those games that I wish I had enjoyed, because I do kind of like the boxing games on the Genesis. I had never played this one before I did a video on it and compared it to another game that was much better than this. It felt like I was playing a terrible game of Rock'em Sock'em Robots. It just, I don't know, it just didn't feel like it was a fun experience. There aren't very many characters in it, and it made me want to play, I think it's like George Foreman's boxing, which was much better than this one. Overall, just not a very good boxing game, but it can be fun in like very short spurts. So Uninvited, this had nothing to do with the quality of the game. It is a fun game, but the NES version is kind of miserable to play. Just the fact that you're trying to move around onto your cursor with the D-pad, it's just not a lot of fun. I would have rather played this on the PC. It would have been a much more enjoyable experience, and yeah, I just did not like Uninvited very much, at least on the NES. It's one of those instances where it's a good game, but the version I played just really sucked. This game is just crap. I can't even fake it. It's just a terrible game. Maze on the Atari 2600 is just absolutely awful. It feels like it was trying to be something like Combat, but it just fails in every possible way. I don't know what the hell you're supposed to be playing as. I don't understand why when you shoot something, it just keeps going for however long it feels like it. It's just absolute crap, top to bottom. It's one of those games that just should not have been made. This is an example of a really good game that I just did not have fun with. It's a very interesting concept to have a real-time strategy game on a console, especially on, the Genesis. My biggest problem was I didn't have like the control scheme in front of me, so I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I didn't have like a full grasp of what was going on. It is a fun game, but when I first played it for doing a video on it, it just it just didn't really work too well for me. I knew what I was supposed to do, but just couldn't pull it off. Yeah, so this was one. Good old Dragon Quest II. This was one that I just really hated at the end. Like, the last stretch to get to the final boss just drove me insane. It felt like the game was fine up until that point. There were a few things that I didn't like, just the fact that they make you wander around and gather up so many items. And that Prince Glenn I think it's Prince Glenn, he just keeps friggin' dying. It's like somebody, aggressively sneezes at him and he dies. And that was annoying. And then you got to the end of it, and it felt like I was just running headfirst into a brick wall over and over again, and I wasn't capable of actually knocking the wall down. So it's a good game, but just for whatever reason, the ending of it just absolutely killed it for me. So Joe Montana 2 is a game that just got absolutely butchered. It felt like they were trying to copy Tecmo Super Bowl or Tecmo Bowl, and they just kind of failed all across the board. This should have just stayed as something closer to what Madden was. Instead, they tried to do the 2D thing. They had these weird zoom-in spots where you run the ball and then it zooms in on a particular area, or you throw the ball and it zooms in. And I have no idea who the hell I'm throwing it to. The game's just bad. So with Warhammer Shadow of the Horned Rat, I don't know. This was a nostalgia pick for me because I remember enjoying the game when I was a kid, and I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I didn't have a whole lot of games, so I didn't have a choice but to enjoy this. And I don't know what was going on. I was playing it again, and I'm like, this game looks bad, it plays bad, it's just not an enjoyable game at all. Yeah, I'm guessing the PC version is a lot better because the PS1 version, while I enjoyed it when I was younger, it just kind of sucked when I was trying to play it again. I know it's probably crazy to have 2 Dragon Quest games on here, but I did not enjoy 7 at all. It just nothing, well, not nothing, but I just did not enjoy the game. It had parts to it that were great. There were certain elements in the storyline that I thought were really good, but just the overall execution of it was just annoying. The fact that the intro part to really get you into the game, it took like 2 frickin' hours for me to get there, and I was just begging for a slime for me to kill. Then they introduce the class system like halfway through the game, which just makes you try to go and level up and grind again. And then you go along and you end up missing like one random piece of a puzzle that you need, and then you have to try to figure out where it was. It's a game I wanted to enjoy, but just couldn't. So let's get into kind of my final thoughts here. I've played a lot of games for this channel so far. I have enjoyed most of them. Probably close to, well, definitely a majority of them. There have only been a handful of them that I haven't liked. And these 10, they were definitely 10 that I just did not enjoy for a variety of reasons. Most of which was just, my own experience playing them, or, some of them were just like nostalgic memories where I enjoyed playing them and then played them again and they just weren't that great. Others, I hadn't played them before, wanted to try again. I hadn't played them before and wanted to give them a try and just could not get into them. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm sure there might be some disagreement about them, but oh well. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and have a great day, everybody. Bye.